Hello, folks. This is Rico Roxx, your main host of Social Symbolism. Today's episode is Social Symbolism, episode 71. It's going to be the first episode called Social Symbolism. My podcast before it was Social Suicide. Decided to go with a change. So this is going to be a switch over. So I'm just switching the name from Social Suicide to Social Symbolism, folks. So welcome to Social Symbolism, episode 71. Include with our homie Big Cheif Thunder Lung. My first episode with him, my first official Big Cheif Thunder Lung episode. We talk about aliens at the end. We go into theories of, and then I read on the internet about some eye stuff on how eyes flip upside down. Great talk with our fascinating, entertaining friend Big Cheif Thunder Lung on here on Podbean, the podcast Social Symbolism, available everywhere, Spotify, everywhere. Thank you. And enjoy the show, folks.
Big Cheif Thunder Lung. That guy already did the intro. Hello, Big Cheif Thunder Lung. My unidentified flying friend.
Hey, real quick. I haven't been able to talk to you. This is the only place I can. Have you heard from Mr. Wilson?
No, not in some time.
Nobody has. All his social medias has been dark. His phone number has been disconnected. Do you have any other way to get in touch with him?
I do have one way. I'll have to rendezvous with you and reconvene and tell you what I was able to dig up, because I know the one person who can get a hold of him. So I have to get in contact with her.
Okay. Her name isn't Mia, right?
No. Her name is
right.
Can't Sleep 123.
All right.
Yeah, it's my old my.
Yeah, we gotta try to connect on Instagram or something, so I can talk to you about some other things. You know?
Well, absolutely. Like I just said, if you haven't noticed, if we can direct the attention to the show title today, it is Rico Roxx is back. So today is my official day back to social media. So now I can. If you would have asked me yesterday, I wouldn't have been able to. But today, starting today, after 2 months off, I am returning to the internet.
Good.
Yes.
Even Dude Sean said, the only shows I like to visit Big Cheif is yours, Dude Man Show, and Rico Roxx. And Rico hasn't been around in a while. I hope he's doing all right.
Oh man, and we got some new music too. As soon as I get home, I could play a new song, a fresh new Dude Sean song, fresh out of the studio last night.
Yeah?
Yeah. Me and Dushan, I returned, but today, like I said, I just got a new cell phone today. So now is my official return, because now I can get Instagram again. I can get Discord if I want. Now I can actually get back in the studio, because for the last 2 months, I haven't had a good device, good cell phone or anything. So.
When you say studio, just back having free time to do it yourself?
Oh no, like back in the actual studio, like with a device that we have. I'm a music producer.
No shit.
Yeah,
My son just dropped his new album. He's 14. He just made some new music himself.
Nice. I don't drop albums, but I have hella songs.
I like that one that I found you drunk as fuck on YouTube, bro. I love it.
Oh yeah. And but see, that's not production. That's just more of a video. But yeah, no, I actually get in the studio. I use BandLab. I don't know if you're familiar with BandLab.
Yeah, that's what my son uses. He uses it on his phone.
Yeah, exactly. So now I can get back to creating more songs and get in there. Yeah, I have a song right here I was listening to earlier. I listened to it like 5 times earlier. It's one of my. It's one of. I like it. It's a song I did about a year ago.
Rico Roxx. Yeah, baby, Rico Roxx. Why do you talk so much? And shorty need to shut the fuck up and watch what happens next. Bam, you're stuck. It's like, damn, little shorty, I know the fact you saw me at a party and you saw the way that the shorty was flocking. You wanna stop me and talking, but baby, I ain't no. pawn. You ain't a queen,
And this ain't no
a chess game. This ain't no chess game, bitch. I don't need no girl. You ain't my fucking dame. You ain't a dime, girl. I just wanna grind every once in a while. And if you can't handle that, then you need to talk.
Hey, Big Chief, I wanted to tell you real quick. I was on your show the other day, and it was crazy, man. It was quite entertaining. But you had your live stream going, and you were smoking with somebody. You were smoking with somebody, and you were in a car. You're listening to this like some questionable music, but then some really good music. I was like, whoa. I was like, first I was questioning. I was like, what kind of? But then you played really good music. I was like, oh man, he made a comeback. And you guys were smoking, and then you guys were like, yeah. And you're like, you smoke twice as much as me. You told that other guy, you're like, you smoke way more than I do. It was so funny. And then you're like, I gotta go. You're like, I gotta go. And then you told me, oh, I stopped talking to a lot of people you introduced me to. And I was like, oh my God. It was quite entertaining.
Yeah, that guy is my wife's cousin, and I'm trying to help him out get on the right path with some other bad drugs and the crowd that comes with it.
Exactly. Yeah, no, the crowd that comes with it is a big part of it too. Yeah, you got to be careful, man. I see, me, I'm off the drugs. I haven't done hard drugs in 2 months, but guess what? I had to move state. I had to completely remove myself to get to change, which is.
Yes, it's hard to do for some people. They're not willing to do it. But
yes, I think it's easier to move and change than to stay in your same environment and change.
Yeah, sometimes you got it, and you're able to do it. I mean,
I can move.
Wow. Yeah, dude, you are a fucking survivor, man.
Yeah, I know if I don't move, I could like your sister's cousin or your wife's cousin. I bet you that person could move. I bet you, but like, would you say that they're not as adapt to move as easily?
Not as you know, not at all. But he's easy to move and has lost everything many times.
Okay, yeah, I don't know him too much. I'm just but yeah, not as me. And it's not to say it's bragging rights, but it is a quite a powerful mechanism. Think about it. Think about aliens. Think about UFOs. The theory of jumping planet when shit gets bad. Like that is the story of all this time. Like the Earth started expiring. Okay, what do? Do we die with Earth, or do we find a different home? What if Earthlings aren't? This isn't even our original planet.
Yeah, right. I don't think it is.
What if we're just? I mean, we were born here, so it's mine and your planet. But I'm talking about the Homo sapien race, from ancient times. What if we hitched a ride?
It's kind of obvious. I mean, I'm white, I'm Caucasian, and I got blue eyes. So I'm very sensitive to the light. My turn and my eyes, and man, I don't like it.
What does that mean? What are you trying to say with that?
What I'm trying to say is that it doesn't make sense that I'm on a planet where the sun is so harmful to me. And
so you're from a dark planet. You think you're from a planet, or maybe that or it could be that, or maybe you came from a planet where the conditions on the surface were so fucked up that they went underground for generations until they could escape, and then eventually they figured out a way. So maybe that just like generations, maybe 2,000 years of generations being born underground made them pale.
Or they spent so much time in space because it's so dark.
Oh, or space. But I would say in space, in theory, I would say that you can still catch some UV rays, whereas underground, you're definitely not. You know what I mean? Like if you're in space, if you used to have cosmic, you still can possibly see light even though you're not on planet. Where underground, that's where you're guaranteed to be pale.
Right?
You're guaranteed. So underground races and stuff like that. Check this out. What about this? I just thought about this and I never really think about this. But just now I'm going to just say a theory. So we picture sea levels rising and falling 400, 500 feet. That seems to us like, whoa, that is a lot in a 10,000 year period, 400, 500 feet rise and fall. Now picture this, Big Cheif Thunder Lung. Try this one on for size. Imagine a sea raising level all the way up to the sky. And then,
like the water
rising all the way to space. And then what becomes then? Where are the islands of that? Like, we're completely submerged. Earth is, but what if there's another islands form in space then? Yeah, that's a trippy thought. Like, what if water rises all the way to the heavens?
Yeah, that is pretty trippy. I mean, I've thought about a possibility that that's what would happen if all the ice at Greenland and South Pole melted. That eventually there wouldn't be much left on the Earth but a water planet.
Can you imagine the atmosphere and the ocean and the stratosphere, like meeting, like the water actually touching the stratosphere and like kissing the like outer rim, if you believe in that, like just touching the fucking, like this touching space, and it just merges into one, like it becomes like some sort of watery planet.
We were kind of talking about that the other day with Raccoon, because how cold it is in space that even oxygen would freeze and turn into ice. That blue sky ice is oxygen freezes when you find it in Antarctica. That's why when it melts, there's nothing there left. It just like evaporates.
Yeah, but this was my thought. This is my thought, though. Let me add another. Let me just take it one layer into the imagination deeper, okay? Now that we've really solidified where we're at with this imagination, let's imagine this now. With this, what we just imagined, imagine the water rising all the way up to the freaking 50,000, 100,000 feet up. And then we swim up. Instead of flying up, we swim up to space. What happens then?
Then maybe you'd be able to
pop up on the other side?
You'd have to learn how to fly, wouldn't we?
Dude, we just be fucking like, shit, don't go up, don't go, like stay on this, don't go, like, go as close as you want, but don't pop your head up, because you get sucked out of the water, just,
that would be pretty crazy, man. You got quite an imagination, man. You can write books, stories or something.
I was just thinking about that, because if we're earthbound, sure, but right now, but what if all of a sudden there was a rise in water all the way to where we could just float up? Because, yeah, like, if we built a vessel, we would float. Like, if the water was rising gradually, even if it was a foot a minute, and we're like, oh shit, the water, we're in a flood, like, we could just get on a boat and we'd rise up with it. We wouldn't be submerged unless it caught us off guard. It happened in a flash moment.
It'd be lots of different submarines on there.
Yeah, submarines, and then the boats on top. But then you'd have to you'd want to have like a boat that's like, you wouldn't want to spend all the time on deck, because you'd be so high up that if you get on top of the deck, because imagine now the water is 50,000 feet higher than sea level right now. So like as soon as you pop up onto the starboard and seaboard and whatever the names of those are, poop deck, all of a sudden, bam, you get fucking just like whatever it's just like super extreme conditions.
Did you say the poop deck?
The poop deck, isn't that what it's called? The poop deck.
Guys, I didn't know that was a real thing.
Yeah. The poop deck. I think it's where they poop.
I bet.
I'm just kidding.
It's the shittiest deck of all. You know? It's probably the lower decks.
No, my mind is imagining that though. What becomes of the traveling? Like, I wonder how that would affect space travel if there was no land to launch off of. That would explain. That would explain how how they see those UAPs going in and out of the ocean. What if whatever that is some sort of tech that has developed to what I'm speaking about, that underwater launch. That underwater launch.
I don't know, man. You've got an imagination. I hope you never lose that, dude.
Dude, it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder what the hell is going on. It makes you wonder, man, what's in the water? What's in the drinking water?
I think there's underwater bases of some race that live under there. That's not necessarily like an Atlantean, but
more like ancient, like squid people kind of deal.
You never know. I mean, there's so many. When you say alien, it's a broad range of cultures. It could be from different places. And
yes, you've heard of the Necker Comic Con, haven't you? Yeah, the book Necker Comic Con it's a storybook. It's a novel. It's about Kahulu, I believe. It's about a race of underwater, like pretty much immortals, and they could take over humans. Like they could come on a dry land and like brain control humans, but really be. It was crazy. And like they're super rich. Apparently, it's the super rich because that's how they've developed their wealth is through the time for not aging. I do believe in that. I very much believe in something going on with. I know your expertise may not be in the super elite. I don't know how you feel about the discussions on the super rich, but I think they're fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're privileged to having the best technology, stealing, and everything.
Oh man, you gotta think. If human is 20,000 years old. Like, let's say we've been technological for 20,000 years. That's what they say. They found ancient buildings after 20,000 years of human proof of civilization. They used to think 6, 7. Now they're thinking 20 of solid evidence of human ingenuity. So let's say 20,000. That is a lot of generations of people, man. That to me is so, like, holy crap. We got 100 years, and you're telling me 20,000 years? That's 200 lifetimes, if my math is correct. 200 times 100, is that 20,000? I think it is. And that's 200 lifetimes, man. And for some families to have continued to archive things through history, I find something so fascinating. Right.
It is, and we still repeat history and make the same mistakes that we made in the past.
I think it's the ability to pass on knowledge and stories and secrets and whatever. You can fill in so many blanks there and then be connected. I feel like there's a connection. Like for anybody who's still connected, that's such a thing. Like me, I'm not. In the place I was born in society. This is my first. Like I am peasant as peasants can be. I don't know who my I don't know shit about my family tree. I don't know shit about history. I don't know shit. I was just born into this without that family structure, without that historic.
If you think about it, though, there's people that you've seen in your life that are simpler and not quite smart, and they don't know how to figure out how to. They die in your situation. Some of the things you've experienced. So I don't think this is your first incarnation on it.
But I mean,
you've been here at least a couple times.
As far as like a privilege goes, like I wasn't privy to any of my previous family's crests or knowledge or lore. So that's what I mean. Whereas, like, so let's say you're a guy who has like a family lore all the way like tracing back 6,000 years. Like that is a different human. That's a different guy than the guy who's just like, what is going on here? Like just trying to figure it out by himself. So I think there's something tricky to the super rich and like the families that have connections all the way for thousands of years without losing connection. I think you could do a lot with that, man. It takes a long time.
Yeah. They figured out how to dumb us down. They know how to get rich, and we learn from them. They have like a Japanese dynasty type thing. You know what I mean? The family stays together. It's a family.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. It's definitely a dynasty. A dynasty is an empire. I like to think of America as an empire now. I've developed that lens. Although I'm a peasant citizen and loyal to my empire. Not completely loyal, not soul loyal, but physically surface level loyal to the United States. Like, God bless America, or at least I know I'm free. Like, I'm a wave that I have a red, white, and blue flag in my house, everything. So, like, on the surface, I'm a proud American, but deep down, I'm not a proud American. Deep down. Very surface level. Like, surface enough to be, like, I'm not a terrorist or nothing, but as soon as you break a little deep, no, like, I'm a human. I'm not even a citizen of Earth. Like technically, once I start diving deep, I'm a citizen of something. I'm a citizen of existence more than anything. I don't know about if you're a part of the Federation, man, but I just know that I'm more than just an American deep down, and not to seem self-important, not in an egotistical So it's like, I'm more an American, but no, just like you can't cage air. You can't put a cage around the invisible.
I love my country and the people in it, and like you said, not to sound unpatriotic or un-American, but it's difficult to support politicians and people that have our best interest in mind when there's so many people struggling. We got veterans that are losing their arms and legs, their mind, they're homeless, committing suicide, and at the same sense, we got wars fronts starting on like 3-4 different places.
And SVH Jared in chat says, mine is traced back to 1,066. Wow, see, that's pretty cool. And SVH Jared is a little. I bet you there's a part of his psyche that is his paradigm that affects him having some rationale that far back, I would say. But absolutely, but this empire, I do like to think of America as an empire now. What do you think of that? What do you think about being part of that empire? Do you think America is the strongest empire, or do you think it's just one of the strongest?
It was, and right now, and currently, I don't think they're as big of a superpower as we'd like to be. They like to put the propaganda in our face to make us think we are. But Russia does the same thing to their people. I mean, look at what Korea thought. We were still at war 40 years after the war ended, you know?
Hey, let me ask you this. Thank you for answering. We can get back to that, but I have a question. Why did we go to Vietnam? What was the big deal about Vietnam? What was so important to go to war for Vietnam?
Fighting communism, freedom for the Vietnamese
so there was
people.
There was like a communist government over there, and we went and liberated?
You know, it's another war. My father fought in that war, and they say we won that war.
Who says
but
we won
I can't
that war?
agree
Who says
with
that?
them, you know?
Don't they teach that we lost that? I always heard in school that was the one war we lost. Yeah, America lost that, fool.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
All right. Well, I think they lost pretty much all of them, except maybe World War II. But everyone after that, we didn't win none.
I wonder. I mean, I think we won Hawaii. I think we won Hawaii and Alaska. I think there was secret wars that happened there that people don't talk about. Do you think that's a possibility?
It is crazy how they would sell that little piece of land of Alaska.
Do you think that there could have been a shadow war, a Cold War there?
No, I just think that they're all working together to keep all the.
I think America took that by force. I don't think we bought it. I think America took that. That's what I think. I think America said, "Hey, come." Like, I think America probably set up a nice military presence and said, "Fuck it, come try."
Yeah, because we want to be able to have a good.
I bet you America set up some sick ass fucking trap, like booby traps, like the border from Russia to Alaska, wherever that is, wherever it connects, like the closest thing to Alaska, where Russia would technically, like in theory, come in. I could imagine America like got to Alaska, found where Russia would come in, and then put some sick ass wormhole technology or something, and said, "If you come here, you will get sucked into Bermuda Triangle. Try it." And then Russia's just like, fuck. Because I have to look at the map and then I could speak a little more clear on the geographic, but it would make sense that if you have to be, only you could keep a country if you're close to it. Like, I don't see Taiwan. I think China's going to take over Taiwan for sure. And I'm not even like, I'm speaking out of tongue here, but.
Yeah, that's part of Asia, That is part of Asia. Why we shouldn't even really get involved. I don't know. We get involved in so much shit. We really do. In Taiwan, that's Asia shit. They know what's going on more than anybody. Like Ukraine, that's attached to Russia. They might as well be part of Russia. Why?
Really, is Ukraine higher, man? My geography is so slipping since I haven't. I usually have a world map hanging up in my house. I need to put another world map back up because when I don't have one, my fucking geography just slips. But when I have a world map, I love to just look at it.
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, I'm not trying to rush my kids to get out of the house, but it would be nice to have a room that I could use for like an office and that like you said, maps
Dude, what if
up
I get
and
like a
whatever
sick,
else I want to have
very
around the room.
like not super like not every little tiny country and continent, not like. But what if I get a pretty descriptive atlas tattooed on me? That'd be pretty tight. Get like a yeah. Oh no, on your fucking like
on your head,
on your back, dude, or something. Yeah, like all your
on
whole
your whole
torso
body.
or something, just like the world map, and then
Well, shit, I could already see it already.
yeah, I'd make
Florida your
I'd make
penis, wouldn't
Jerusalem my penis. Israel,
you? Jeez.
the Holy Land.
You have to make. Well, I don't know.
The Grand Canyon would be my ass. The Grand Canyon would be my butthole.
Yeah. Right?
Just
Just
big
that big,
gaping,
long,
the gaping fucking.
belly
Just,
goes
you could just look at my ass and say, yeah, I don't know what happened, but some impact has happened there.
Are you saying when you pass that? Are you saying when you pass gas, it
Yeah,
sounds like this?
it just sounds like. And then you hear in the background just an eagle flying.
You're on the job site and you're using the restroom and all the
It's like,
alarms
who
start
let an
going
eagle
off
in
to
here?
evacuate the building. Jeez.
That's not an eagle. That is my fucking sphincter, sir. That is my sphincter.
I didn't tell you I'm not from this planet. I came from Uranus, man.
No, but yeah. New York. Now, not to get but let me ask you about the geography of New York. Do you guys have mountains, hills? Well, what's your actually like ground level looking like over there?
Yeah. Well, once people get away from the idea that I tell them I'm from New York and they think New York City, that makes it easier because, yeah, we got some of the Catskill Mountains here. We got the Adirondack Mountains. They're not like the mountains you'd see over where Raccoon lives in Montana or nothing.
Man, those are some mountainy places, eh? Yeah, man, that's crazy. I love mountains. I do like mountains.
We got Niagara. Falls.
You ever heard of mud fossils? No.
Yeah.
Mud fossils?
Yeah, that's a YouTube channel.
Is mud fossils the fossils that are giant fossils?
Some of them, that's what that YouTube channel's about, is these giants that are actually mountains. And he showed some mountains that actually look like giants laying down and shit. It's very possible because there was many giants. There was many of these Nephilim, and they looked like man but bigger and a little bit different. Some of them were Cyclops. Some of them might have had 4 arms, or 2 heads.
That's one level of it. Another level is Titans.
Yeah, I definitely think they're real.
Like just Titans. Can you imagine the actually elemental Titans like somehow animated? How would they even animate? How would a Titan animate?
I think some of them might still be survived somewhere.
Giant, huh? I think there could be giant moles underground. Something.
I bet there is something big underground. Oh, you're talking like what's that movie there was? Oh shit. They call them graboids.
Just burrow and they're blind.
That go underground.
They just hit. Yeah.
Yeah. They open their mouth up and like weird snakes come out of their mouth and bite you and pull you into their mouth.
That is F in the A.
My great grandfather imported some earthworms from Asia like a long time ago, and he passed away. My uncle moved into that property for a little while, and these earthworms are like 3-4 feet long.
Hell nah. But it's about the same size, just long as hell.
Yeah, they're like garden snakes.
Yeah, that's pretty long. That's pretty long. Damn.
And for them to breed in the ground that long, they got to be in the area quite a bit now. Like an invasive species type shit is what I'm saying.
I wonder if you ever think about how consciousness came to being? Big Chief Thunder Lung, how we went, like how a creature can go from low consciousness to high consciousness, or do you even believe that that exists, or do you just believe that's something we tell ourselves, but really we're just dumb creatures that know how to use tools and make it look fancy? But do you think we're not as like high conscious as we think we are, or do you?
Oh no, we definitely are. All right, now that ties into Darwinism a little bit and what people think of evolution. Because what kind of creatures don't know that
Most creatures.
they're naked? Wild animals. Yeah, everything but a human. Now, these fallen angels, which is, like I said, the word angel and alien can be swapped out with each other. Exclusive, you know what I mean? And they taught us that we were naked, and they came down here and had sex with the daughters of man, and it created the Nephilim and yada yada. But it was forced evolution by these extraterrestrials, interdimensional, whatever they may be, that brought us to be where we are. Otherwise, we'd still be naked cavemen, hunters and gatherers. I mean, just 100 years ago, we were in the Cowboys and Indians era, and we went from wooden airplanes to hypersonic first strike rockets now.
So what do you attribute that to? Do you attribute that to like technology, or do you attribute that to health conditions and plumbing, or does your mind go more like imaginative, where it's like maybe secrets got delivered, or maybe there was some sort of deal with some sort of supernatural thing where it's like, oh, grant us technology and we'll sell you human souls, something like this?
A little bit of it all. I mean, when they taught us in the beginning all these things, how to work metals and alchemy, and how to make herbs and the medicines and to beautify yourself, and that's one thing. I mean, it's one thing to let a race evolve on their own, and then to interfere and help their evolution. Because once they started coming down here and giving us technology and making trades for humans, for aliens, like a foreign exchange program type thing, we started evolving too fast and didn't appreciate the technology, and look how we're using this technology just to make us lazy, and a lot of people, for the majority, becoming unhealthy, and technology is killing us. And it's destroying the planet.
Think about biology. When you think of mechanical electronical technology, it's almost the antithesis of biology. What do you know? What do you think of biology, or what? How deep do you go into your biological thoughts of the biological existence?
Well, we are a machine, just like
we're a biological machine. Would you agree with that?
Not technology, but yeah, we're a biological machine, and there's accounts I could find information of somebody who touched a UFO that was biological.
Whoa.
Even the motor.
So then, therefore, you wouldn't even call it a vehicle. You would call it almost a creature.
Yeah, they actually interfaced.
So it's almost like riding a horse, like an alien riding a biological horse, but that's like a ship, like some sort of like. It's almost like a space fish, like a space fucking.
Like Shiva and Garuda. Shiva rode on or in Garuda, I believe, in the Hindu religions, and Garuda was a living ship,
right? Like
So
I was just talking about if the seas rose up to all the way up to the high base and everything, and then I'm sure if that happened today and society submerged underwater, and somehow if we didn't just die right away, I bet you anything we'd ride seahorses like giant fish around, like something like that.
Yeah, right.
We'd probably be mermaid, man. It'd be crazy. I wonder if that's where mermaid lore comes from, back from ancient times where the world was completely under, was no surface land. Do you think there was ever a point where there was no surface land? Or is that too woo-woo?
I would imagine. No, there was a time when it was probably just water all over and not that much land, and this Earth's been here for longer than we could even imagine.
You know what?
We really don't know how long it's been.
That makes me think that, not to say we're on flat Earth, but that makes me, I don't know, I mean, maybe I'm a sound, I don't know how you feel about it, but it makes me question the NASA space model. It really does. This whole, like, this whole grasp of land and sea level and then space levels. It makes you wonder what's up and what's down.
Yeah, some people think they've lied to us and changed the north to south, east and west, and they flipped it all.
You ever heard that humans see our eyes flip everything upside down somehow? That really our vision is our eyes see everything upside down, but something in our brain flips it.
Kind of like camera lenses taking pictures of somebody's shirt and they can't read
somewhere
it.
That our eyes, the way our eyes actually scan the world, it comes in upside down, but then there's some sort of filter in our synapse that turns it right side up. Not saying that the world is upside down, but saying that our eyes are upside down and really our shit flips it. You ever heard of that?
No, I've never heard of that.
I'm going to look that up. I'm going to look that up.
Work.
Let's start out here. Go ahead.
Started having a moment, busy and shit. Just thinking
He's like, holy shit, Rico Roxx, what are you talking
now?
about? He's like, no way. All right, folks, this is Rico Roxx. I'm going to look up a little bit on this upside down thing here. So I'm going to go ahead and play a short Rico Roxx song.
Rico Roxx. Yeah, baby, Rico Roxx, Rico Roxx. Why do you talk so much? Little shorty need to shut the fuck up and watch what happens next. Bam, you're stuck. It's like, damn, little shorty, I know the fact you saw me at a party and you saw the way all the shorties be flocking. You wanna start me and talking, but baby, I ain't no pawn. You aren't a queen, and this isn't a chess game. This ain't no chess game, bitch. I don't need no girl. You ain't my fucking dame. You ain't a dime, girl. I just wanna grind every once in a while.
All right, folks. So I just have a quick Google search. It says here, I just typed in, do eyes see upside down? So it says the image projected onto the back of our eyes is upside down. Our brain decodes this image so that we perceive it right way up. Two experiments. Let's see. Thank you, Franklin. So I think I was right. Our brains decode this image so that we perceive it right way up. 2. Experiments by MIT scientists show that the human brain can process and correctly identify images seen for as little as 13 milliseconds. How does the human eye work? Oh man, should I trust the UK website? I don't know if I should trust the UK website. I'm fucking sketchy of the British, man, I swear. I love Cass and Sue. I'm sketchy of the British. That's something about them. I just don't trust the crown, dude, for nothing. It says, but we trust the UK website here. It says, in this film, Dr. Ben Price explains the intricate workings of the human eyes. By comparing our eyes to those of dragonflies, he reveals humanity's unique way of seeing. 7 intriguing facts about eyes and vision. 1. The image projected onto the back of our eyes is upside down. Our brain encodes this image so that we perceive it right way up. That is awesome. 2. Experiments by MIT scientists show that human brain can process correctly identify images seen as little as 13 milliseconds. Hello, Lauren. Number 3. This is 7 intriguing facts about our eyes and vision. Number 3. The muscles that control your eyes are most active muscles in your body. What? Concentrated at the outer edges of the retina, rod cells are involved in peripheral vision. They are far more sensitive to light than cone cells, which is why you can sometimes see stars out of the corner of your eyes at night, but when you look straight at them, they disappear. Whoa. I never noticed that.
You ever notice that?
And I pride myself on having great peripheral vision, but I never noticed that. I'm going to read that. I'm going to read number 4 again, folks. Concentrated at the outer edges of the retina, the rod cells are involved in peripheral vision. They are far more sensitive to light than cone cells, which is why sometimes you can see stars on the outer corner of your eyes at night, but when you look up straight at them, they disappear. Oh, that does piss me off. Now that I think about it, but no, I see pretty good. I can see stars pretty good when I look up at them now. Pardon me.
So when you notice that, just look slightly left or right of the star that you notice.
I'm a pretty good stargazer. So let's go to continue. 5. Human eyes are actually extremely sensitive to light. They can detect a single photon particle of light in a dark room, according to new research. A single photon? Dang. The red eye effect in photos occurs when the light from the flash bounces off the back of the eye, where there are lots of blood vessels in the layer called choroid. And then 7. At the point where the optic nerve leaves the eye, there aren't any light receptor cells. This creates a blind spot. Most of the time, we don't see this empty dark area through our brain, though our brain fills up the gap using information from surrounding picture or other eye. Whoa. So that's a pretty cool little couple things. But let's keep on searching into the eye, folks. I'm going to go to bci.com now for this whole looking. This would let our search here today is do our eyes see upside down and reversed. But that would be crazy if our eyes see upside down and reversed, like he mentioned the whole picture. When you see a picture taken and then you see the shirt backwards, it's like that and upside down. And let me just go ahead and do a quick reading here from Medical Doctor. Even though the lens of your eye projects an upside-down 2D image on your retina, you see everything right side up and in 3D, which gives your proper visual orientation and depth perception you need to catch a ball or safely navigate a set of stairs. Light from an external source enters through the pupil of the eyes and forms an upside-down image on the retina, and the retina detects the photons of light and responds, firing neural impulses in the optic nerve, and the brain uses those electrical impulses to create a right-side-up 3D image. Whoa, and then after that, ... But why is the incoming image upside down? Your pupil works like a pinhole camera. Your pupils work like a pinhole camera. A good illustration of the way your eyes take in light and flip the image upside down is a pinhole camera, which is just a box with a small hole on one side and photographic film laying on the other. Light enters the pinhole camera through the very tiny pinhole, and because light moves in a straight line, the rays of light coming from the top and the bottom of the scene intersect at the pinhole, and that intersection convergence is what flips the image upside down.
I got a way you could put that into some plain English. So if you're standing in front of a mirror, think about where you're standing is the back of your eyeball, and the glass is the lens of your eye. Okay, that's when you look in the mirror and you're sure you're not going to read it the same. It's going to be backwards. And that's the way it's going to be on the back of your eye.
So how about this? How about when you look down at the shirt and you read it right? Where's the flip effect?
It's not, because you're reading it the way it's written, and your brain.
Okay, not to make it confusing. He's like, oh shit. All right, but I'm going to continue. How your brain flips the image right side up. When the light falls on the retina, it is transmitted as electrical impulses to the optic nerve, from there to the brain, where the upside down 2D image is processed into a right side up 3D. Wait a second, before I finish this. Was that trying to say that we live in a 2D world and our brain is making it 3D? Is that what they're trying to say? Because it's saying we're looking when the light falls on the retina, transmitted as electrical impulses on the optic nerve, from there, the brain is where the upside down 2D image, because if it's seeing a 2D image, does that mean we live in a 2D existence? And an image processed into a right up 3D image. The incoming electrical impulses are separated and analyzed in different parts of the brain. The separation begins in the retina and continues as visual information flows through all 4 lobes of the brain, where it is analyzed for color, movement, size, distance, and other visual features. Our 3D depth perception comes from having binocular vision, which means viewing with 2 eyes that coordinate and work together in that a process called convergence. Each eye detects light from a different angle, and our brain processes both sources of the visual input for depth perception. That's amazing. People with vision in only one eye often struggle with accurate depth perception. However, in some cases, the brain adapts, and the people with monovision (parentheses, vision in only one eye) can process the incoming visual signals from only one eye and achieve adequate depth perception. To seeing you if you have questions. All right. Now, that's actually pretty interesting. Some stuff on the eye there, guys. The eyes are...
Yeah. And then you got people that can't see nothing at all. And you ever see the guy that uses echolocation himself as a human? He rides a bike, plays baseball, and does all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah. Let's let me see if I could pull up a story here on blind sports players. I think that'd be a fun read for us.
You need to talk and stop faking that smile because I see right through it. And Rico motherfucking Roxx. Let's get to it. It's like, come on, baby. What you think? I'm gonna sit here and be your man? What? We live in 2022. What the hell? Really ain't no such thing as a man or a loyal female. So we might as well just enjoy each other and just ball. And if you wanna fucking call me.
Oh, blind archery. Get the fuck out of here.
But every once in a while, I'm a dick. Cause baby, I'm on some other shit. I'm on rap, and I'm on second, and I'm on fucking thinking, not talking or acting, more like doing some shit. I'm more of a practitioner, not just only a theorist. Although
all right, I gotta
call
read this one.
A theorist and a philosopher.
All right, folks.
And all that, but
This might not be a real story, but I'm gonna read it. Okay. This will be a fun read here. It's from CheifsPlanet.com. A blind 70-year-old ape player bowls a perfect game. What's that?
From my
Beachy? Chiefs?
From
yeah,
my
from Cheif's Planet. Hey, from Cheif's Planet. Big Cheif Thunder Lung's planet, folks. And his profile picture is that old Nickelodeon show, that temple maze game where you'd have to run through the temple. The kids would have to run through the temple. It's like that stone god face. That's the profile picture. All right. Blind 78-year-old bowls a perfect game. As he held his 16-pound bowling ball in his hands and looked down the lane toward the pin standing before him, 78-year-old Dale Davis saw only a blur. He couldn't see the lane. He couldn't see the pins. He couldn't see the people who gathered behind him to see whether the blind man could accomplish something no one else at this very alley ever had. Only if he had turned his head to the left could David see a thing. It has been this way for 11 years. The World War II veteran losing all his vision except for a tiny sliver of peripheral sight out of the corner of his right eye. His impairment is the result of a medical condition known as macular degeneration, in which the inner lining of the eye atrophies, in certain cases resulting in the loss of vision. For Davis, it is that tiny sliver of sight, not to mention a multicolored cane and 10 weeks of education for the vision impaired, that allow him to live by himself, to take care of himself. Quote, "If somebody comes up to me and says, 'Hello,' unless I recognize their voice, I have no idea who they are," Davis says. "In the bowling alley, looking straight down the wooden lane, I'm completely blind. Everything is just very, very hazy." But on the evening of May 3rd, none of that mattered. After bowling a 160, a 150, and a 185 in the 3 previous games, Davis had rolled 11 consecutive strikes in his 4th and final game of the 2007-2008 bowling season. All that stood between him and bowling perfection was one more strike. He had come close before, once throwing 11 strikes before pulling the 12th ball and setting for a 299. But that was many years ago, before he had half his stomach removed because of a tumor, before he had a bypass done on his left leg to improve his circulation, and before he had lost his vision. Since then, he has undergone a divorce, lost his taste for life and moved from California back to his hometown of Alta, Iowa, a population of 1,865. It was his sister 3 years ago who dragged him back to the alley. I told her, I can't see, Davis said. What makes you think I can bowl? But she convinced me for the second time in my life, I was hooked. This past season, Davis averaged 180, often stringing 4 or 5 strikes together. Despite standing a fragile 120 pounds, he earned his nickname, Hammer, quote, for the power in which he threw his ball. Quote, he drove a truck without power steering for many years, quote, end quote, said a close friend Clem Ledoux, who owns Century Lanes. The alley in Alta, quote, he's strong. Put it this way. If you were going to arm wrestle Dale, my money would be on him. Well, that's funny. I just want to go to the beginning of this first. Okay, I was going to say, was his name Dale? Well, I just thought he got his name wrong. Okay, so Dale, my money would be on him. Yeah, I mean, he's blind. Come on. He's got to be strong as fuck. He's just sitting there fucking doing push-ups in the dark, dude. He said he didn't use power for steering for years. Wait a second. Why was this guy driving a car, first of all? All right. So to close up, it is extremely, to close up, it says, on this night, Davis needed to unleash the hammer one more time, but the odds were against him. According to James Benton, the president of American Blind Bowling Association, a 300 game is a rarity for someone with impaired vision in the association's 60-year history. Benton said his organization is aware of only 4 perfect games thrown by someone who is legally blind, and no one with complete loss of vision is ever known to have bowled a 300. It is extremely rare, Benton said. Davis began preparing for his 12th toss on the exact same way he had for countless others. He had tilted his head to the left so he could see the dots below him. He placed his foot 3/4 of an inch to the left of the center dot, quote, the big one, as Davis calls it, then took his 4 steps forward and let go. Century Lanes was pretty much shut down at that point. No one else was bowling, and everyone had left the bar. They all stood behind lanes 3 and 4, waiting and watching to see whether Davis could bowl the alley's first perfect game in its 24-year history. Because he is unable to see, Davis evaluates his shots based on 3 criteria: how it feels coming out of his fingers, the crack of the ball makes whether it hits the pins, and whether his fellow bowlers tell him he can sit down because he threw a strike. On this night, the last ball flew out of his hands. Fingers feeling good, and the instant I released it, I thought I tugged it a real little bit, Davis said, but then I heard somebody say, Brooklyn! In a bowling alley, Brooklyn is a strike that crosses over the 1-3 pocket, in a term that originated in New York, where people in Brooklyn had to cross East River to get to Manhattan. A second later, Davis' ball crashed into the pins, unleashing a crackle that echoed through the 4 lanes alley. He knew all the pins had fallen because of the response of everyone who had been watching. A perfect 300. Everybody, quote, everybody started hugging me, shaking my hand, hitting my hand. Davis said it was great. From there, the celebration made its way to the bar. What did Davis drink to celebrate? Quote, I don't drink anymore. He said, it's not a real good for my health, so I bought it around for everybody else. What a thrill.
It's not good for your health. You guys can
Wow, what a story. A 78-year-old blind man bowling. What do you do with your life? What the hell? People, I don't want to hear no excuses that your life is, that you can't accomplish something in your life. If this guy, he don't even drink, can bowl of 12 perfect strikes and not even live to see, and he didn't even see it. He just knew he did it. Fascinating, man. Fascinating. Well, thank you, Big Cheif Thunder Lung, for listening to today's show and participating in the show here. I want to keep you on a little. This is going to be your official. I think this is going to be your first official social suicide episode with me. Yeah, so this will be social suicide episode 71, featuring Big Cheif Thunder Lung. So let's not end it here, Big Cheif. Let's keep it going for the gram, as they say. Let's keep it going for the. Oh, we got plenty of
How
time.
much
We
time
got
you
plenty
got?
of time. Over half hour. We don't need to do it even longer. But since it is my first episode, I want to milk it out with you. Official Big Cheif Thunder Lung episode here. So where can we take it? Where can we take this, brother?
Hey, why not? Usually doing the overnight. Last night I did the overnight, and I ate a couple cookies. I got a toothache from the pot cookies, so I took a couple Tylenol PM. And of course, as I was getting ready to shut the show down, I got the room filled up with like 7 people. It's like, all right, I'll keep this going for you guys. And somebody called in and was talking in the chat, trying to have some deep conversation with me, and I was struggling. I was just sitting down with my phone in front of my face, and it was definitely the answers I was coming up with were coming from my soul because I was.
Can you remember any of the questions?
For sure. No, I was right before I joined your show. I was in the middle of getting ready to edit that.
Yeah, man, I can't. I'll check it out. For anybody who doesn't know, we are hosting here on Podbean. We are Podbean, two of Podbean's most prolific hosts here on the live show feature. My name is Rico Roxx, RICO ROXX, and this is Big Cheif Thunder Lung. He is a masterful podcaster, and as he gets in the studio and edits. And of course.
Do you know anything about
what?
April 8th? Oh, man, you're not going to be in the path of it. On April 8th, there's going to be a total solar eclipse, and at the same time, there's going to be an ice comet that's going to be 40 times brighter than it is right now and be visible with the naked eye. You might be able to see that. Plus Saturn, Jupiter, and a bunch of other crazy shit's going to be visible with the naked eye.
That's
all during the total solar eclipse.
A partial solar eclipse not too long ago. You remember that?
Yeah, sometimes it happens here, but you won't get it.
Annular solar eclipse, I think it's called. The one that we had.
Was it?
That was when I was in New Mexico, and I had perfect sight. I actually looked at it. No, I had.
Oh, be careful, dude. Taking pictures of the sun. I lost my vision for 2 hours taking pictures of the sun one time, and I barely got a direct.
Well, no, I had 2 pairs of sunglasses on. So when I stared at it, like, it definitely was, like, with 2 pairs, it definitely helped. Like, I was able to look at the eclipse. I had 2 pairs of ski glasses on.
Oh. There you go.
Yeah.
A Weldon mask.
It was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. I loved it. I loved the energy on the planet. It was a really cool. Like, everything was like, ooh, like the light was twilight.
Well, I might have 2 cameras going. I got one camera I bought that's going to be on a tripod. I'm going to record the comet with that. And the other one, I'm going to have somebody use my phone.
Are you going to upload those or something? Or are you going to post those?
Yeah, they'll go up on my YouTube channel. Yeah.
Wonderful. Here, let me go. I'm going to, since I've been doing symbolism episodes, should I change this podcast to social symbolism? Should I change this to, instead of social suicide episode 71, I could do social symbolism episode 7? Should I take the dive? Oh man, change is so hard. You know, I've been wanting to change my podcast.
Rico, honestly, with suicide in there, social suicide, it's like you're setting yourself up with failure for words. And it doesn't sound positive. And if you can't come up with something,
symbolism,
like, would you say the social what? Social symbolism. That's different, you know. And why did you choose that? Because there's all kinds of symbolism all around us and everything.
If I'm going to be doing consistent shows, I like to, like, instead of just have rambling shows, I do like to bring it to a the topics of symbolism. It's just something I was thinking to make my live shows, like, consistent. Like, oh, what are we talking about? Like, if people would be like, oh, what would you talk about? I'd be like, oh, symbolism. Like, it could just be some sort of thing where it's not just like, oh, it's a diary blog or it's a podcast of my thoughts. Like, somebody like, oh, it's just an entertainment show, it's a comedy show. I could be like, oh, it's social symbolism. It's discussions on all things social and symbolic.
Yeah, maybe that's the direction you need. When I first came to Podbean, I can't remember what started out the title of my show. The second one was just abductees, contactees support group. And then it became Beyond One's
And
Beliefs
now it's
with the
what?
help of Chris Wilson.
Oh, now it's Beyond One Beliefs?
That's where it stayed. It's beyond, yeah, and it's kind of a poke at art, not art, but George Norrie. He's got a show here on Podbean called Beyond Belief. He's from Coast to Coast AM radio that Art Bell used to host.
All right, so I'm going to read something on symbolism, on alien symbolism here, since I still have you on. It'll be fun. Aliens,
Yeah.
aliens! It's aliens! All right, so aliens are a mirror. So this is coming off of bigthink.com. Aliens are a mirror to humanity. Aliens symbolize the best and worst of humanity. When we dream of aliens, we are pondering our future selves. Scientists explored the possibility of extraterrestrials for life long before aliens became a fascination in popular culture. Aliens serve as a mirror to our species. They represent the creativity and promise, as well as the destruction and terror of being human. Our conception of aliens can teach us about our fragility and the need to grow up as a species if we are to avoid one of the dystopian scenarios of our human-made alien tales. Few topics are as fascinating to the human imagination as aliens. They are good, they are evil, they are divine, they are devilish, they are invasive, they are inspiring, advisors, predators. The strangeness that European explorers attributed to the creatures beyond the confines of known world, exotic life forms that are filled their cabinets of curiosities, have been expanded to the vastness of outer space. Here be dragons, quote, here be dragons became there be aliens. Scientists were the first to imagine hold on, let me cough real quick. For the smokers out there, scientists were the first to imagine. Bear with me, folks. I'm gonna grab something to drink too here. What a horrible host. But hello, folks. I hope Big Cheif Thunder Lung is enjoying this. I'm reading alien stuff from my alien brother here. My alien bros had. Where did I put my drinks at, man? That's the good question. That's the great question. That is the horrible question all of a sudden. Hello, move along.
You did leave the room for a second, slightly walked away from your phone.
Well, then the drinkers I had were unopened in this grocery bag I had, and then I left, and now I left the house and I came back, and I don't remember where I did put that grocery bag with my drinks in it. Whoopsie. All right, folks, I might have to say Ixnay on the drinks name because I don't want to wander around this place looking for my bag here. But it is
that was pretty cool. Alien.
Well, I'm not done.
Symbolism. That was a pretty cool thing. Was that all?
Here's the bag.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take a quick sip here because I'm smoking. I'm smoking at the same time here. But it's that Big Cheif Thunder Lung. It ain't a Big Cheif Thunder Lung show if we ain't blazing up at least a little.
Oh yeah.
Gotta elevate to my alien ancestors here. All right. So scientists were the first to imagine aliens. Even before Galileo pointed his telescope to the heavens to conclude that Earth was a mere planet like Mars or Jupiter, some dared to conceive of other worlds with other creatures, possibly human, possibly not. Giordano Bruno in the late 1500s proposed that stars are other suns with planets circling around them, pregnant with creatures capable of sin or virtue, and hence in need of savior like us. That's hilarious. In 1600, they need Jesus. We gotta go to the other planets and give them Jesus. That's so freaking funny. Yeah, we gotta send. They need savior. They need. So yes, I'll continue here. Propose that stars are the sun with planets circling around them, and hence in need of savior like us. In 1608. Johannes Kepler wrote, quote, Somnum, a short story that imagined... Wow, why do I got this cough through also? A short story of imaginary trip to the moon.
That's what I
where the
call
traveler
Thunder Lung.
finds the most remarkable creatures, anticipating some of Darwin's ideas of natural selection and adaptation. Well, I've never heard of that. I never heard of Somnium, Somnium, a short story of imaginary trip to the moon, where the traveler finds the most remarkable creatures, anticipating some of Darwin's ideas of natural selection and adaptation, if anybody wants to check that out. In Cosmotherios from 1698, Christian Huygens, one of the greatest scientists of the 17th century, wrote with confidence that the Mercurians, quote, though they live so much nearer the sun, the foundation of life and vigor, are much more airy and ingenious than we. For people from Mercury, I guess, is what he's trying to say. So the greatest scientist of the 17th century said, Mercurians, those that live much nearer to the sun, the fountain of life and vigor, are much more airy and ingenious than we. What a crazy quote that is. That's a crazy quote. The first to imagine aliens were not novelists or artists, but scientists. The expectation of finding alien life has only expanded since then, accelerated by spectacular advances in astronomy and space exploration. As we inch closer to finding answers to the questions we've all have, namely whether we are the exception or the rule, whether we are alone or not, the excitement is palpable and often explosive in the media. In 1996, President Bill Clinton made a speech on the possible discovery of primitive life on Mars, albeit stressing that the potential discovery of a biosignature on the meteorite found in Antarctica still needed more serious scrutiny. As I wrote 2 weeks ago, the interstellar traveler Aomauma has been deemed by serious scientists as a potential alien spying device. Oh, have you ever heard of this, Big Chief? Apparently, there's a Oumuamua has been deemed by serious Oumuamua as a potential. Wow, my throat is all of a sudden going to shit. Sorry, folks. Has been deemed by.
It's 2 months since you did a podcast.
I guess my throat is not as. I've been quiet for a couple months, Big Chief, but we're breaking it in today. All right. Has been scientist as a potential alien spying device, keen on figuring out details on the inner solar system, including us. As I explained, most of the scientific community denies that this is a valid conjecture. Not long ago, more excitement bubbled up about the possible discovery of phosphine in the atmosphere of Venus as a potential signal of biochemical activity. On parentheses, recent reanalysis decreased the strength of the signal but didn't eliminate it. End of parentheses. However, the attributing phosphine unequivocally to life is a very large step. I never even heard of phosphine. It sounds really interesting. We're going to have to do a deeper dive on phosphine on your show, Big Chief. It says right here, phosphine unequivocally to life is a very large step. Did you know that? Sounds pretty awesome. That's sounds like a beautiful name for a girl too. Like, imagine having a daughter named Phosphine.
Oh, wait a minute. Listen, I got to interrupt. You're going to find this interesting. It's going to touch on something we were just talking about. Phosphine, noun, a ring or spot of light produced by pressure on the eyeball or direct stimulation of the visual system other than by light.
Whoa, can you read that again for one time for the people in the back?
Yeah, phosphine. It's a noun. It's a ring or spot of light produced by pressure on the eyeball or direct stimulation of the visual system other than by light.
So that's like if you open your eyes and you see spots for a little bit, that might be what that is.
Hello, folks. The next guest we have
What's up,
on,
Big Daddy?
he is my rap duo. He is a mystic on the mic. He is a beast in the streets. He is a human specimen of elite proportions. They call him CM for Cockman. Let's welcome Duchan.
Oh man, I was in suspense. Who are we talking about right now? You said my name
Yeah,
after
we're talking
all
about
that?
Little Debbie.
Wow. Yeah, fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, time for 420. I'm
Just
dying.
time for
I'm sitting
420.
here. All right,
Yes.
so let's
Good
continue
call,
this little
Chief.
alien thing I'm doing here.
And by the way,
This
I
is
did
my
bring
first
up aliens,
official
so he
Big
did
Cheif
it.
Thunder Lung episode, if I'm not mistaken. So we're taking it all the way home here today, folks. This is
Yeah, I can't believe we got all
yeah,
three
you're a
of us in the
guest. You're a
room
guest
right
on
now.
this. Me and Big Cheif have been on an episode for quite some time now, and so you're going to be a guest. And now, if you could bring some good dialogue, you will be thrown into the title as well. Gay
All right,
rights.
well,
Let's
we're
go.
going with
Okay, he's
gay
officially
rights.
out of
Let's
the
go.
title.
Gays don't have rights.
All right, so aliens are a mirror on the human condition, adding the countless books, movies, plays, short stories, and video casts about extraterrestrial life. We see a coming together of scientific and popular culture that is quite rare in other disciplines. Only genetic engineering and artificial intelligence come close. Although still a distant second and third place. Why? What is it about the possibility of life somewhere else that is so seductive to humans? The portraits of aliens in fiction can help us, as can the earlier speculation of alien life form from the scientific pioneers of the Renaissance. We have met the aliens and they are us. They represent a mirror we use to see ourselves, the good and the evil of humanity, the utopian and dystopian views of our future as we speculate about what they could be. And I'm here referring mostly to intelligent life forms, not the much more likely microbial life forms. We see a projection of the promise and perils of having self-awareness and a capacity to build technologies that can enhance and destroy life as we know it. Aliens are a sort of moral compass as a scientific age. Their existence and fate serving as something like rehearsals of what could become of us. Aliens also relate directly to the state of our scientific knowledge, often pushing the boundaries of what is possible. In what became known as Arthur C. Clarke's third law, that is, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Oh, I love that quote, actually. That's actually a cool quote that I've heard before. Arthur C. Clarke, that is, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. That's pretty awesome. It says, aliens represent what could become from the norm of our future. I think of my father's puzzlement look at a VCR in 1970s and see my teenager son's disdain as he watches me puzzling over the explosion of social media platforms. Who needs yet another one? Quote, you really don't get it, do you, Dad? Aliens have the inventions of tomorrow, and for that they serve to push our collective imagination to catch up with them or not. If they represent a dystopian future, in War of the Worlds, H.G. Wells used the latest biological science, natural selection, and discovery that microbial pathogens transmit disease to both save us from evil invaders that were dying of thirst on their home planet, to show how our inventions were pitiful in comparison with theirs. It is colonialism reversed. If colonialist Europeans killed countless of natives by infecting them with diseases in Wells' novel, Mother Earth saved humanity using the same microbes on the alien invaders. As the threat in this novel from alien invaders as the whole of humankind. Colonialism goes global. If it's them versus us, since we are all victims and vulnerable to their attack. Wells twisted brilliant. Despite their technological superiority, the invaders were Also vulnerable without the immune defenses to protect themselves from our terrestrial bugs. You can't fool nature. That's a fascinating thought right there, Big Chief. This whole concept of aliens not being adapt to our environment, so they can't come physically. That they could send technology for that reason. What do you think about that?
Yeah, some people believe that the little gray guys that are 3 foot tall could be biological, mechanical entities.
Right. It always takes me back to the Betty and Barney Hill story.
Rubble. That's what he went to Rubble. Betty
Is
and
that what I
Barney
said?
Rubble. Look,
Is that what I said?
yeah, they're Flintstones. You said Betty and Barney. You almost said Rubble.
Okay,
Then you said Hill. Maybe,
no, I was going to say
maybe you
Rubble.
weren't
I was
saying
going to say Rubble.
You're
I
just
think
like going to something else. But
everybody knows that's the Flintstones character, Betty and Barney Rubble. All right, so I think I've had enough of this article. Let's see what else. What other article? Because I wanted to look up somebody.
it's interesting. That's interesting, the take that they took on it. Kind of sound like a viewpoint from a person that's kind of slightly skeptical that hasn't had an experience of their own.
Let's see. Alien symbolism in popular culture. There's a book. The symbolism of USO, alien symbolism, whether early events encounter on Wazo, the junglespage.org, grades, alien symbols, motifs. I'm going to go to this one. It's thegradesaver.com. Yes, there you go. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on. Fucking while I'm sitting here, I'm getting sinuses and shit. I don't know what the fuck. I might have to go to a different spot. This spot is fucked up. It's making me fucking sick. Or maybe it's the alien talk. Maybe I'm disclosing too much. The government's fucking stopping me. What do you think, Little Debbie?
What's up? Sweet.
Little Debbie, should I close the song out with a new Rico Roxx Dushan song?
There's beauty in the power of the name of the sweet angel bear. Home.
Angel bear.
When those worlds got you down and it's 6 minutes past 4:20, Angel Bear. When some crazy chick won't stop talking about these fibers and you accidentally interrupt your best friend, Big Chief, Angel Bear.
Angel Bear 37. Dushan, I'm gonna go ahead and nearby share myself a version of our song here. A version of our song.
Oh, I guess I'm just gonna have to be forced to sit here and vape and get my own music.
All right, so let me move this. Let me see here. Recent audio. Yeah, this has been a fun episode, man. With Big Cheif Thunder Lung once again. Big Cheif Thunder Lung has officially been a guest here. Dushan has many episodes. This is gonna be the first. Actually, what do you think, Dushan? Should I make this a social symbolism episode? Make it social symbolism episode 71, or should I keep it social suicide episode 71?
You know, pretty much when I walked in and both of you gentlemen had your pants down at your ankles, I knew it was going to be a symbol of something, all right. I think everybody in the room, the general consensus, we're not aliens. We don't need to get naked.
Fuck that. All right, let me turn on nearby share here. Boom.
Yeah, nobody's getting knocked down, beamed up, prodded, and probed, or milked, or anything like that today. No.
Slap it down. Oh, no.
All right. So I think I turned it on now. So let's see if I could. transfer the song over to a nearby share here. But now I don't want to fucking share it.
All right.
Hey, peanut
What do
butter
you call
breast
it
kicking
when
in.
a baby gray comes in the middle of the night while you're paralysis and it touches
Yeah.
your stomach and you come? Give up? It's called a milk belly.
What about? I'm trying to share this damn file. What do you mean go back to work?
Oh, shit.
Really? Why can't I share
dead.
this?
I'm dying right now. Ooh.
It's being rare.
They found out where the cream filling is, didn't they?
You know what? I knew, gentlemen, when we finally got a chance to collab, that it was going to be fucking awesome. I just didn't know it was going to be this much fun, man.
It is the. All right, folks. I think I might just have to play it from the other device. Hopefully, you guys get good audio. Let's see. All right, folks. I'm gonna play a little background music, so it's not there. But I gotta figure out how I can share this over. So y'all play nice for 2 minutes. Dushan, take the floor, baby. It's all you.
Me. Selfie. Say cheese. Best background music.
Thank you, the Dushan, Podbean's #1 player. I take a quick piss.
But not too quick. You know what? I've always said the player actually plays himself. It's a convoluted attempt for one to not believe that they're lonely or missing out on life. Like I said, don't make that leak too quick, my friend. There's some things we need to rehash here on Podbeam. I'm feeling a little bit emotional. It seems like everywhere you turn the page, Big Chief.
It's okay, because we really know that taking a pee is really code for he's going to go probe.
Oh my God, you said probe. I was so worried for a second. I thought you were going to say provolone. Or provolone. You know, everybody knows that Rico Roxx is highly lactose intolerant. And he will not sit here and tolerate anything from any milk products, any cheese, yogurts, anything. He's not going to be compromising either.
I ain't backing down, folks. See if I can get the song out before Big Chief runs off here.
Provolone, that was funny.
But I can just see like Macaulay Culkin doing the hands on the face thing. Ah! No, not Home Alone. Don't worry, Macaulay Culkin. There's only 2 adult burglars coming to get you. That's all.
Yeah, what do you call it when Macaulay Culkin gets abducted by aliens? Provolone.
You know, really, the concept of burglars coming in and kidnapping and doing whatever, it's so funny in Hollywood that they had to come back and make a Home Alone 2 and then Home Alone 3, Kidnappers Out for Justice. No. The Walk of Redemption. What is that fucking thing called? No, it's Home Alone 4. Enter the Dragon? No, Enter... fuck.
Yeah, Dushan. All right, it should be able to nearby share soon here. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Oh, Nibarsh.
No, this ain't it. That ain't it. This ain't it.
Yeah, I can hear it, but it's very low.
This is an old song. I'm receiving my new song now. It's sending. It's sending.
Oh. Hey, Suri.
All right,
Yo, Suri. Before you, while
all right,
you're
folks,
doing
to
that,
end the show.
I have a list on Konami games from the 1990s. I need you to get.
All right, folks, this has been Rico Roxx and Big Cheif Thunder Lung. And at the very end here, Dude Sean came in, which I was hoping would happen today. I was hoping I would see my brother here. Because there's me and him just recently, a couple days ago, we did some bars together. And this is just a raw edit. But let's close the show out with that. And I just want to say thank you once again, Big Cheif, for coming in. And Little Debbie, a.k.a. the Duchan, I hope you enjoy this just very, very first draft edit of this. It still needs a lot of work.
Oh, I'm coming off mute. I hope it resonates with you. Live and we're gonna hash it out on the mic, dude. Over a nice bowl of hash, maybe 2, maybe 3. It's a good day to smoke again, see?
Boy.
Quality, perfection, 100% tailor the action. Check me out, so divine. I'm looking like a smacked and it hurts. Look at the handcuffs, berserk. And it's gonna squirt. Oh, that's you, your girlfriend, and keep your pronouns, dude. Better let him smack you like I'm Shoney Carter. Let the beat get retarded.
Yeah, Sean Carter, I come through like young Marshall fucking Mathers, that young RR, like the roof of cars with stars in them, make your girl wanna take her bra off and sit with them. Rico Roxx, I take it down. Quality time with myself and write it down. Quality time with the world and fight it out. Rico Roxx, what the hell is he talking about? It's that quality I put in the hours to figure it out on the time, all the time in the hours, in the minutes, in the seconds. I'm representing repetitions of mental energetics, mental proportions of athletics to call me a motherfucking mental gymnastics. I will do acrobatics with thoughts, and I can think a lot, but I move slick and work harder than my damn head do, cause my feet got more bruises than my ego. Yeah, I will soar high like I am an eagle. Desert, I keep 3 in the chamber.
You see, strategically, I'ma stand back and rap better than thee. I'ma let the beat do the talking, you see, because I'm the #1 dance machine, you see. Oochie Coochie, yes, I got a nickname for him. It's Cubby, cause it's brass, y'all. And I'ma get it with the sass, y'all. Over the shoulders like I'm dropping Saranaki. You heard it before, but you wanted some more. Hey, addicted to these type shits, throwing them fits. You can keep your cabbage pitch, the shit is looking counterfeit. Hey, taxing on every fucking thing. You give me stop signs, fuck you. Hey, ooh, look at the Sativa finally. I came back, I'm glad to see you,
Yeah. Dude, Sean, what do you think of the second verse?
Ladies
I
and
know you were
gentlemen,
thinking not so much on your first verse.
Go ahead and pitch the first one. Jesus. The second one, pretty good. I think it goes on from there, and it's a tongue twister. I do remember
lovely
wrecking the car.
I really liked them. I liked them both. Thank you so much, Radio Parlesk. Oh, Radio Parlesk is the man.
So very
Hey,
fortunate.
Radio Parlesk is going crazy right now.
Yeah, man. Thanks for the gifts, bro.
Thank you.
Fortunate.
100%. Thank you guys for joining the show today. We are the ultimate rhyme spitters. Rhyme spitting bad guys. Girl, you think you couldn't hang with us, man? Bad try. You need to step back before I poke out your eyes and just bust your nose in 3 places. Hating us. Man, they just hate us. They don't understand what is greatness. But cool, cause we just need to make it out and we'll come back for them, I swear. Come back for the fallen ones because they lie. Come back for anybody in our way. Cause we gon' make it through the fucking portal, the wormhole to freedom. I know I'm immortal inside. Something ain't right with the telemetry teaching. All this indoctrination that they teaching. Damn, but it ain't true to me. It ain't true to me. What is continental divine challenges? Antarctic walls, man, I can't conquer this. I know structures are old. Things are coming. What's the cycle? The cycle is poison. The cycle is free. The cycle has heavy. The cycle has wings. The fish in the sky. The birds in the water. What is wrong? Who is for hire? Dushan, motherfucker. He is a fucking will. Like the invention of the will. He's never ever tired. He ain't lame with the flow. He attacks the mic and he spits it. Rattle your brain. Rattle your skull. Next thing now you're changing. You drew. You shouldn't have took damage. Can't handle it. Can't handle it.
Hey, right about then, I know it's my time to finally slide in. You should get on the habit of keeping a player like me warm, savage. Oh, that's the nail in the coffin. The kind of shit happens more often on this Rico Roxx show. We got the flow. Hey, with the best showbiz, look at these abs. Shit, my dick just grew another inch. Elbows and kneecaps and all of this shit. We're going Bob Saget with the uppercut fit too. Uma Plata and such. It's a shoulder attack or something like that. I forget, cuz. Yes, I'm getting it in. I can use jiu-jitsu to convict on my position, my friend. Then I'm raining down blows. Fuck all the grabbing the guard. That's the way that it goes in this climate. What? Axe braids. Axe blades and renegades, I hate to cut you off there. I let the beat go up, yeah. The crowd's looking marvelous. Yes, it's another show. 100% Hercules. I'm dashed up with this little bit of showbiz, you see.
You see, I see, we all see the seat, we see the seat, we go in deep, the seat, we go in deep, they can't take us, we born to free. I'm like Free Willy, big in the water, Shamu, I'm swimming, I am an underwater mammal, psych, I come up for you about once a night, you under why I stay up out of sight, because I'm stealthy, and I'm ready to blow, ready to take the knife out of the sheath and ready to let it find a new home up in your gut, ready to take the side of my gun and bust it on your dome. Boom, take your girl and stick it in her butt. Oh yeah, you think I'm playing, but I'm just a violent guy. Even though I'm nice on the mic, even though I just help people out and I don't often cry, but sometimes these little things make me want to come flip you over and take everything you thought you could hold over me and say, yeah, boy.
1, 2, 3, eat that my legs, just go. Yeah, I snapped on that shit. I was right after I talked to you in that car.
That beat was fired.
All right, folks. Thank you for listening. Dushan, you don't like the first verse. You like the rest?
Yeah, but you know what? Keep it because it just proves that we were freestyling and that we always just freestyle.
Dude, I'll tell you, I actually cut out a couple of my verses. That's how bad they were.
Okay, well, if we're giving out gifts and doing favors,
we're gonna
maybe
close.
delete that first
You
one.
got it, baby. And we're going to close with Big Cheif Thunder Lung is going to play a song from his 14-year-old son, who's also an artist, just like me and Dushan. And so go ahead and close it out. And after that, the show's over, folks. Go ahead and close it out, Big Cheif.
Yeah, you can find him on YouTube. It's NY Dark Rabbit. There's no spaces. This is his newest one he wrote. NY Dark Rabbit, no spaces.
All right, thank you, folks.
Wake up. This is Wake Up song.
Everybody chillin', waiting till you wake up. Wake up. Said you wanna be like me, now wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Everybody chillin', waiting till you wake up. Wake up. Said you wanna be like me, now wake up. Okay, listen to my word, yeah. You were rude.
talking money stacked up on me, yeah. To the roof, peace of mind to all the thieves, yeah. Better move, I got way too many beats, yeah. Better choose, listen to my word, yeah. You a goof, talking money stacked up on me, yeah. To the roof, peace of mind to all the thieves, yeah. Better move, I got way too many beats, yeah. Better choose. All black, decked out, say my nigga flip out. The dog rabbits out of town, bump the bass and fade it out. I don't wanna call it out, static uses me for clout. Check his song to figure out, I'm the one he's shouting out. Wake up, ay, wake up, ay. Everybody chillin' with it, crew, you wake up, ay. Hey up, ay, face up, ay. Said you wanna be like me, now fist up, ay. Wake up, ay, wake up, ay. Everybody chillin' with it, crew, you wake up, ay, hey up, ay, face up, ay. Said you wanna be like me, now fist up, ay, hey.
Yeah, baby, yeah, Big Chief. And I want to clarify for everybody, my quality of songs is pretty high too, but I was just showing y'all a rough edit, just straight out. Like I just clipped that in 10 minutes just so we could hear the verses. There was no actual studio production on that. With our song, me and Dushan's song, that last one. Love you too. All right, folks, this has been Rico Roxx, the main host of Social Symbolism. Should we just go for it? Should we just go ahead and change it to Social Symbolism? Dude, Social Symbolism episode 71, folks. Social Symbolism episode 71. Thank you. Shout out to Dushan.
Make sure that you guys and gals go back and check out episode 69. Rico, thanks for having me on. Big Chief, good to see you again. It was amazing.
Three dope dudes on Dizzo. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Free your mind, free your mind, free your mind.